Bienvenidos! Today we're going to make comparisons in Spanish. There are two basic categories of comparisons that we're going to look at in Spanish, and in this video we're looking at comparisons of inequality. It's where we compare one thing to another and those two things are unequal, they're not equal. There are three main structures for comparisons of inequality in Spanish, and we're going to talk about each of these structures. The first structure is when we use an adjective, adverb, or noun in our comparison. If we wanted to say she is more pretty than her sister, or than your sister, then we would be using the adjective pretty in our comparison. So we would say, ella es más bonita que tu hermana. She is more pretty than your sister. In English we would say she is prettier than your sister, but in Spanish we have to say more pretty. So we're going to have the structure ella es, and then we're going to say more or less, más o menos, our adjective pretty, and then que for than, and then your sister. So ella es más bonita que tu hermana. Now let's use an adverb, okay? Rápido. Los niños se duermen más rápidos que los adultos. The children fall asleep faster than adults. And we don't have the ER to add on in Spanish, so we have to say more fast, okay? So we're going to say, los niños se duermen, the children fall asleep, más rápidos, more fast, que than los adultos. Okay, we have más and then rápidos que. Let's use an adjective. Oh, we already used an adjective. Let's use a noun, okay? Libros. Ana lee más libros que Elena. Anna reads more books than Elena. And this is the closest in the translation to English. Anna reads more books than Elena. That's almost a direct word-for-word translation to English, so that works real well. With the adjective and adverb, we just have to use a little different structure than we have in English. Now, another structure that's used in Spanish to make a comparison of inequality is when we're talking about a verb in our comparison. For example, Julia and I study more than Andres. Julia and I study more than Andres. So study, the verb, is in our comparison. So we have to say, Julia y yo estudiamos más que Andrés. Julia y yo, and then our verb, estudiamos más que, more than, Andrés. Let's say I work more than my mother. Trabajo más que mi madre. Now, in any of these examples, I've used más in all of them. Remember, we can use menos, okay? I work less than my mother. Trabajo menos que mi hermana. Julia y yo estudiamos menos que Andrés. We study less than. And in these, we can use less than also, okay? Now, there are 4 adjectives that are irregular and follow a slightly different format than these two formats. And they are bueno, mal, joven, and viejo. Bueno and mal, they aren't really used here. We wouldn't say más bueno, we wouldn't say more good. And we wouldn't say more young or more old. Instead, we would use the terms mejor, peor, menor, and mayor. So I've written the structure here. If we wanted to say a dog is better than a cat, okay? Un perro es mejor que un gato. A dog is better than a cat. Okay? if we wanted to talk about older and younger, we would say, los niños son menores que sus padres. And notice, we're talking about niños, plural, okay, son, and then menores is plural also, okay, because niños is plural. So mejor, mayor, and menor are going to agree in number with the noun that they're describing. So if they were older, we would say mayores, we're saying they're younger, menores, okay. Los niños son menores que sus padres, okay. We don't say más or menos with these four.